Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of Dragonbreak, an Elder Scrolls campaign. I am Scarletmoth. I will be your dungeon master for the evening, as well as herder of cats and catfolk and shepherd of chaos, all of that lovely stuff. Before I throw over to our lovely players for a quick introduction, we'll just go over a couple of things. First off, again, we would like to say thank you to our amazing sponsor for this show, Forge. You can check out their amazing range of handcrafted wooden dice boxes and tabletop peripherals, and you can use our 10% discount code SWEETROLL, which is spelt how you expect. I don't want to spell it out again.
It's in the chat.
I don't want to spell. It's in the chat. It's there. It's there. It's in the doodly doo. Also, if you would like to help support what we do here at Split the Party, or what Matt does at Split the Party, he's one of these directions. Then you can subscribe to the Twitch channel, and each time you subscribe or someone subscribes, then you can give one of our players advantage, which comes in the form of inspiration/luck token. So that helps us, and that helps you help our players, maybe help them survive, unless they keep on infighting. Which, you know what, go for it.
We're here to cause problems.
Here to cause problems. You're here to cause problems on purpose. I think with that, we'll start with Matt. Matt, who are you playing?
Oh, hello. I'm a little fellow playing Crassius Curio tonight, as always. I'm a professional DM, usually. I'm also the producer around here. This is the stuff that I do. A little bit of content, a little bit of DMing, and I bring little fun shows like this to you. And I'm doing a lot of PAX panels, it seems. I've got 7 PAX panels this year that I'll be participating in. I can see 1, 2, 3 people in this stream, 4 people, except one's a static image, that will be on some form of PAX panel with us.
We'll plug it more after this show as well, so that you can find where you can find us all at PAX over that weekend.
Yeah, I got the socials ready to go, and I just need to post those now at some point. But yes, that is me.
Next up, we will also have our lovely G of D joining us at some point during the session. They are just running a little bit late with work, so we'll see our beautiful grandmother at some point during the session. But we'll move over to Heather. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Vim Tixo, little Argonian boy, journalist, angrier than I anticipated, but he's got a lot of feelings.
He is iconic, honestly. And if you didn't see last session and the beautiful emotions that went down with that, the anger, then that is over on the Split the Party YouTube channel. There was lots of casting of Gust.
Yes, both.
Not many successful.
It happens to the best of us, and also the worst of us. Next up, we have Lupa. Who are you playing, my love?
I'm playing Sweet Tooth. She's Khajiit, and she's pretty much just tagging along with her bestie Zira. So, what else? Sorry, my mind just went blank.
You're fine.
Bright light in front of me.
It's like a cat with a laser. You're just getting into character.
Yes, still. Indigenous content creator from now, so currently addicted to Red Dead RP. that's what I've been doing in my days. But yeah.
Next up, we have Shawnee. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Zira, the teeny cat, Khajiit, familiar-sized, but not familiar.
Very strange, small cat who
Yes.
has so many mage hands.
So many mage hands and not enough time and all of the time in the world for shouting down lusty Argonian maids.
Or the writers thereof.
The writers thereof. We're sex positive here.
I'm also sex positive. I just want to write about it without being punched.
We'll get to that. And last but certainly not least, we have Zoe. Who are you playing, Zoe?
Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm playing Hyacinth Mossbarrow, the world's greatest bard now that she's found her mentor, Crassius.
Oh, we're doomed.
You can mostly find me on the internet or socials in the chat because it's annoying to say out loud. If you're also at PAX, you will also see me around, but also on the Sunday I am competing in the Crown Championship of Cosplay. So you will see me there crying, most likely, because it's very stressful, but I'm very excited. So see you there, gang.
Well, with all of that, there's one last thing I'd like to say, which is we have amazing, incredible new art of all of our little beans, our little blorbos, our little guys, thanks to the amazing Amasukiru, who is a dear friend, one of my DMs as well, in an amazing called the Neverdeep campaign. We love you lots, Arma. You are incredible, and thank you for the amazing art and for bringing these little guys to life. So, with that out of the way, shall we begin and throw to our introduction? We'll jump into it.
Yes. All right, let's go over there. Enjoy the intro. Once again, shout out to Cry Club and Heather for smashing this song out of the park. Everybody show them some love in the chat.
And let's jump into it. So, last time on Dragonbreak, what was it that we were doing? Yes, you all managed to flee from a town which was slowly collapsing into chaos. And despite some short diversions along the road, involving whatever Vim was doing, trying to interview mercenaries about their work, you found he was doing his best. It just so happened that these people were not unionized, and that they do not understand the joy of joining your union. The gang then found, with the help of Zira, who was leading, a crack in reality, through which their very lovely, mysterious elf. The person who has helped them escape from jail, Elanway, was within, and the portal led to a place called Arteum, a place which, known to some of the group, has been lost for many, many years. But apparently still does exist, somewhere on the bounds of reality itself. After some revelations on identity and some discussion thereof, the gang is brought to the office of Elanway, who explains that they are here for a reason, that there's seemingly a prophecy of some sort that has said that they are going to help save the world? Question mark? Then asked a lot of questions and give their poor host a headache, and are sent away to do some reading. I think that about sums it up. Also, Hyacinth discovered that the weird Imperial was in fact her hero, her lifelong bardic hero, which I would say never meet your heroes, but
it's actually been going great so far. He's really taught me about like not believing everything you see, authenticating original works, and also if anyone ever upsets you, threaten to sue them. So it's safe to say that I will be following 2 steps behind Crassius every single day for the rest of this adventure. And I think we're both really happy with that. She's announcing this out loud as she writes it in her diary.
I do definitely
the joys
have
of litigation.
Feelings. I do definitely have feelings about that. And let's not talk about the suing part. That was kind of a private moment between us.
Are you listening to me write in my diary? Oh my god, how rude.
Well, you've kind of said it out loud, actually, very, very loudly. You're right.
It's in my head.
Should leave the artist.
Thank you. Oh my god, Crassius just spoke to me. Just huddled in a corner.
Standing ready.
And you do all get a long rest, so yeah, you can refill those hit points, because I know some of you really desperately need it. Your dear companion, Grandma Wren, is still... She's taking a bit of a sleep in, but she seems to still be alive, so that's something. She is not, in fact... You did not, in fact, weekend at Bernie's, her. We love that. But I think we're going to start the session with our little Khajiit friend. The little one, not the big one. The small, not the tall.
Small? Yes.
But I imagine that Zira is never too far from Sweet Tooth's gaze as well.
No. Doesn't go far.
It's very much like, you come as a pair. Do not separate.
Yes.
Yes.
If you like, you can find a quiet corner away from the mutterings of the 2 bardic folk to do some reading, because you've been given quite a large pile of books and notes.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Many with quite peculiar titles. One of the ones which had stood out most was one called Where Were You When the Dragon Broke?
Yes.
But amongst other things, you're given some books which are more helpful, some which are not. And you can make me an investigation check for actually going through all of these.
Okay. Investigation. Okay. 15.
Very good. So you're able to sort of filter through what is helpful and what's not helpful, especially with Sweet Tooth here to help you move things when you need. And because it's quite a hefty pile of books which has been given to you to study. And so having someone with opposable paws, opposable thumbs,
Opposable thumbs
is quite handy.
Thank you, Sweet Tooth. This is very helpful.
Is Sweet Tooth also partaking of some light reading, or are you looking for the pictures, or just
Yes,
trying to help?
She's looking for the pictures. Something that I don't know that could help.
I'll let you make an investigation check as well if you like.
Okay. Sure. Investigation.
So I will send you through, Shawnee, I'll send you through some of these links. I believe I already sent you through the one from last week, which was Where Were You When the Dragon Broke. But over the course of the game, I'll sort of bring you through to, I'll bring some more links through to you.
Ooh, fun. I am so happy about this. I love reading, and that's not me being sarcastic. I actually love reading.
I got a 12.
That's pretty good as well. So you're able to help Zero with anything that she requires, and you're able to also find a few interesting tidbits here and there. One thing of note to you is that wedged between like the pages of one of these books, almost used as a bookmark, is a slip of paper which has handwritten notes on it. You can find, looking at this, some of the bookmarked pages in some of the other books have very similar handwritten notes.
Oh, Sarah, look. This, but is this useful? I don't know.
I don't know what's on it.
Oh, it looks, and it looks like what we're looking about. Sorry.
Well, you're fine.
Yeah.
So on the notes,
Still going
seems
through
to
my
have seems to have stuff relating to each of these books. There's one which has, you quickly pick up the pattern in the writing. It will have lots of sort of short dot point statements, but also questions, things sort of circled and arrows pointing to other places. There's one which they all seem to relate to each other in some ways, and you're able to find, as you flick through everything, there is a very well-worn bit of parchment which seems to have been looked over and pored over frequently.
What does it say?
On that one, it seems to be written. It's almost seems like it should be some kind of poetry, but it doesn't rhyme at all. It doesn't seem to have a flow.
It's kind of it like, don't know. Is it like a riddle? Do you think? If you read it, it doesn't like make sense. Like
it
usual.
doesn't work like a poem.
Yeah, it maybe it's got clues or something for you.
If you would like to read it, I can read it out for you now, and I'll post it in our chat as well, so you can have it.
Yes, please.
6 tangled strands brought together by prophecy. You shall know them by their omens. When the sweet of tooth protects fabled mane, when the one who wants to know questions the curios of counsellors crass, when the caged wren flies free on sharp wings of vengeance, when the hyacinths bloom at the wooded border, then you shall know the golden eagle threatens towers old. Let the dragon cry out to be broken and saved.
Whoa, that gave me chills. Did that give you chills? That sounds like it has our names sort of written through it. How? That's like, yeah, right? Is this this feels important?
It does seem important. Could you read it one more time, please?
Oh
yes.
Oh, you've got it. You've put it in.
I've got it in chat there.
you mind if I share that in the Discord as well? Or was that just for the...
You may. That is for everyone.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Thank you.
And I'll give this one to you as a freebie as well, Zira. When Sweet Tooth points out that it does seem to have all of your names,
Yeah.
you can see that it takes a moment, and perhaps some of it might be due to a translation, but it does seem to reference all of you in one way or another. Though there's some which you can't, some which aren't as direct as others.
Yeah.
There's
What do they mean, do you think?
Well, they're the six tangled. Do you think the six is the six of
Six
us?
is... Yes, I think it's the six of us.
Seeing as we're all part of this, our paths have all come together. To be brought together, and
What does it mean by the golden eagle and the dragon crying out?
that sounds scary. Dragon.
For that one, thanks to your investigation check, you think that the final line might be referring to one of the books that you've been reading. The book that's the title jumped out at you so much, Where Were You When the Dragon Broke? To summarize that one, very briefly, it discusses the concept of what is known as a Dragonbreak.
Yes.
Where, due to, let's call it shenanigans, is the best way to describe it. The events seem to all happen at once, or things which shouldn't happen at the same time or in the same timeline of events overlap. And so instead of timelines seeming to favor one over the other, they all happen. It splits the timeline. It breaks time, the dragon. And then a new timeline is formed.
And everyone remembers different things.
It means that some things are rewritten to have always happened, or some things rewritten to have never happened. I'll get a quick religion check from you as well, and both of you can make this, or Sweet Tooth, if you would like, you can choose to help Zero with it.
I'll help. So you can have
roll with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm allowing this just because this is something which you two would have done a lot over the years. Like, this is something you're very used to, Sweet Tooth, being there to help. I provide physical and emotional support to Zira as she's deep in the books, deep in the source.
You like tell Sweet Tooth everything out loud, and I just smell. I go, oh yes, and then because saying things out loud helps, organize the brain.
Exactly.
It really does. It really does. To tune of 17.
So, when you see the dragon, it's not necessarily an actual dragon that they're talking about. Besides, dragons have been extinct for so long, so they definitely aren't currently flying around in Skyrim. But the dragon is often used to refer to the Aedra, the god Akatosh, who is also known as the dragon god of time.
Yes.
So Akatosh is almost seen as the head of the Aedric pantheon. He's one of the 9 divines and is represented most commonly on the banner of the Imperials of Cyrodiil as a dragon. So for a dragon to break, that would mean that time is breaking.
Time is breaking.
Oh.
Again?
again, it does say in this book, one of the primary dragon breaks that occurred was in the Third Era, surrounding a region in the Iliac Bay, which is sort of between like Hammerfell and like and High Rock and a lot of those places. But there was seemingly like a fight for succession and power and who got this very powerful item. And it seems that it broke 6 ways. And everything happened despite it all contradicting each other. But then time was able to heal itself. And from it, a new timeline was formed. The one which it seems is the current timeline.
Okay.
It is a lot to take in.
It is a lot to take in, but not too much to take in. And I will continue, I say to myself.
Sweet
Some of-
just nibbling on more things and just nodding.
Got that trail mix.
Mhm.
Chocolate drops.
Chocolate drops
M&Ms.
and sweet roll crumbs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe little bits of the raw moon sugar. Like
Well, she sprinkles that on like
yeah.
things that aren't very sweet.
I mean, she's got to have the name come from somewhere. It's nothing if not accurate.
She has a
Mhm.
bag of she has a bag of moon sugar that she just like sprinkles on like veggies and savory stuff to make it
Yes.
sweet.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Should we bring this to the others?
I think so. I think this is something that could help with definitely involves us all. So yeah,
Does. All right.
and it sounds like it's something that's going to help us with our I guess the task we need to do.
Yes. A prophecy.
it seems Elanway was at least not lying about it mentioning you all. Though this is at the very least a translation, or the best way that they've been able to
Translated.
translate it, yeah, to pass it.
Which language am I reading this in?
This has been translated out into the common tongue.
Common tongue. Okay.
And all of these notes are, in fact, in the common tongue.
Okay. So they knew all of our name. Or what we do, or what we are.
We should read
Let-
it out for the others, or
Yes, let's go to the others.
Okay.
So we head over to where everyone is, I presume, sleeping.
Yeah, maybe you might have been beginning to wake up. There's no real sort of sunrise or sunset in this place, and the interior of this place is quite dim, being almost the inside of a large hollowed out shell, but stranger.
Okay. I head over to Vim, who, if asleep, I will simply do the pat pat bap. Not a full bap, just like a like the whole like
Hey, oh.
Vim
Oh, no,
is
that-
like passed out on the pillow of centipedes. And
I forgot about that.
I forgot about this.
and just like swats. There's like that crab, but like it's
I'm gonna
in
bat the
gel
pillow
as well.
though. What is in here? What have you got in here?
Yep.
Is it vermin? Take it out.
Ew.
Viv is like, and it's like, no! Did any of them escape?
I
Trying to see if
hope
there's any
not.
loose centipedes. No.
No, all your centipedes remain encased in pillow.
I have a question
Excellent.
about this, just me for me. Are they
Yes.
alive?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
'Cause
That's all I needed to know.
The whittling is like comforting, you know?
The movement is okay. That's fine. I was more concerned that if I would be more concerned if they were dead.
Yeah. A bunch of dead centipedes. Not bad.
Not
Is
not great. This one, like a lovely massage for your skull, I suppose. Oh god.
Oh my god, who would sleep on dead centipedes? Crazy.
Yeah.
What a time. You're able to you're able to wake Vim.
Yeah.
Are you the one who wants to know?
That would be what you would call me. Or what others have called me in the past.
Oh,
Why?
You have been mentioned.
For my work? For my
For
one day I would
your
be
name
just my
in the
name.
prophecy.
Prophecy.
Sure.
You found the prophecy?
Yes.
Snatches it.
I mean, I couldn't have been holding it anyway. I don't have thumbs.
I had to just like,
Oh, okay.
I'm probably
know
carrying
what
a
I
couple of
was
the books
doing.
that it was we were going through, so I'll hold them in the sheet of
And he's like frantically copying it down. So Sweet of Tooth is you. I want to know why I'm questioning Curious of Counselors Crass. Even in prophecy, I must be tied to this man.
Disgusting.
Unfortunately,
Perhaps
it
you're
seems
supposed
that
to
we
give-
are, all brought together. Sorry.
Perhaps you're supposed to give an interview.
Where's
Interview with the energy
Crassius?
vampire.
Where is Crassius at the moment?
I don't know. Where
Asleep.
am I?
Right?
I-
Are you still asleep, or are you wandering around, or are you being a sneaky sneak?
Do we
Or-
need to sleep here? Did I ask a law
I
question?
mean, if you crave the comfort of 1,000 centipedes.
Do I need to sleep, I guess?
Yes.
Executive decision.
That's fair. Yeah, I can't hear that, by the way. I don't know why.
Okay. You might need to just toggle your own master music volume.
That's fair. I'll just refresh it. I was wondering, we had no music, and I was like, oh, I want to hear the
It's been
lovely
going.
sounds. Yeah.
I
Look,
can hear the music.
I would
Just
love to
saying.
be. I would love to be a little sneak if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, you can. What are you doing? What are we doing, honey?
I would like to. I want to just listen in. I mean, maybe I'm lying down, but I heard people being like, and Crassius is a vain person. So even if it's not directly about him, if someone's like maybe bad mouthing him, he wants to know and just listen out for it. And like the reason being is like it's goss as well.
So are you listening into this conversation?
He can, yeah.
Pretending to be
I'm just gonna be like,
sleepy.
ah, what a lovely night. Yeah, you know, like that kind of.
Yes.
Now I'm going to go over and bap.
Ah. I was having such a lovely dream.
What were you dreaming of?
How much do you want to know?
I, in particular, this is one time I do not want to know.
I
Hydrangea! Throw something at Hyacinth.
Are you a counselor?
Yes, asterisk. Why?
We are not writing, we are speaking. What is the asterisk?
Well,
What?
bit of a come and go job, really. I guess in a technical sense, yes. Yes.
What kind of counselor?
Uh,
A one of the brain or one of law? Or just one who sits around in Parliament doing absolutely nothing?
Look, I'm a nobleman at the very... I'm a councillor of House Lalu. Yes?
So the third one.
No,
Yes.
I didn't say that. I said I'm a nobleman in House Lalu. I'm a councillor there. I'm very important.
Asterisk.
No, the asterisk was if I'm still employed or not. So I took a sabbatical for a bit and then I came back.
It's
Anyone who is currently awake can make a history check.
I think when Vim threw something at Hyacinth, she's like not used to not having the sun to wake her up. I don't think she's ever woken up like having to put thought into it. So she's in a deep sleep
Real.
and is just like half awake, but she is gonna roll for this.
Vim reckons that we should just be asking Hyacinth.
I took one of the advantages, by the way.
Oh, we got
Okay,
27
so-
of them. Use them.
27?
Yeah, Ham just...
Yo!
Ham
We
just
had
sub-bombed,
an
so
amazing
thank you.
sub-bomb from Ham the DM. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, we got a lot. We got a lot.
Going
Thank you everyone so
Ham.
much.
We will have to
I
deliberately
do.
fail at anything we
Yes.
Yes, use them on trivial things. Yes.
Hyacinth is also stealing one because that was so bad.
Yes.
That's better. An 18 for Hyacinth.
That's a 23.
I also have to
Ooh.
reroll
I
because I
rolled
got
a
a
3.
2. Yeah.
Okay, so
23.
who got above a 15?
It's like everybody almost, right? Oh, Heather.
I rerolled. It was a nat 1.
Wait, no, it's an advantage, so you take the better. Were they both nat
Okay, a
ones?
2 then.
It's not a nat 1.
It's not a 1.
Not a 1.
It's not a 1.
It's an 8.
Vim is like, yeah, you were absolutely a counselor.
I took one.
I was. I still am.
Sweet Tooth and Vim just like, you know, yeah, maybe he did take a sabbatical for a while. Maybe he needed like a little maybe he had a little mentee bee, needed a bit of a break.
I needed to just do some time for me.
Sounds like a boring job.
It was.
For Hyacinth and Zira, you two are a bit more well-read. Hyacinth being knowing your history more through song and through the oral tradition. Zira through books. You've both heard that, like, you've heard of House Hlalu, one of the great houses of Morrowind, the ancestral land of the Dunmer. However, most of the houses are sort of in shambles. Any of them which were on the island, the main island of Vardenfell, the biggest landmass of Morrowind, because like they had a volcano which erupted and sort of
Not ideal.
like took over
To be a
all of the
politician.
island. It's
Right.
It's like they still exist in name only, really. None of the great houses have really done very much for the past couple of decades.
Wasn't a
it's
fan of
been,
the corruption.
Just like Crassius.
So the asterisk is the explosion of a volcano, or
Look, yes, if you want to get into the weeds of it, yes, there was an
the
explosion.
truth?
Yes, well, I still am employed. That's what you're asking.
By whom?
By the volcano?
Decree, mostly.
I see.
Yes.
Also,
So you're like...
It might.
to clarify
Right.
as well, it wasn't just the volcano erupting, it was more like an asteroid, like a small moon that was suspended above the main city, crashing into the landmass, and that causing the volcano to everywhere.
Yes, we had a.
So it actually was an asterisk?
Yeah, no, it's more of an asteroid than
It
risk.
it was an incorrectly assessed asterisk. Yeah.
Yes. It was a situation. Look. Yes. In short, yes.
What a time for bad spelling.
Yes.
I hope volcanoes have good unions.
So,
I'm sorry to report, I do not think they do. Hydrangear.
Breaking news.
Hyacinth.
Volcanoes caught union busting.
busted my union fair and square. Gosh. There were a crater in the
Sometimes I
ground
do
after
think,
they were
however,
done.
some people deserve to get union busted.
I agree. I agree.
So,
He's just staring at Cassius.
I'm just.
in conclusion, you are mentioned in a prophecy. As a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Next to my name, might I add.
Yes.
Not happy about it.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not happy about it either.
We are both unhappy. Write that down. I'm writing that down.
I'm unhappiest currently,
Incredible.
Yes, write that one
Hyacinth,
down.
you
That
are
one was
also
good.
mentioned.
I knew Hot Lady said that we were like all in the prophecy, but you actually is my name in it?
Yes. Well, you are a flower?
I guess technically me and all my siblings are named after flowers, so like, yeah.
Are all of your siblings called Hyacinth also?
No, there's Dahlia, Rose, Lily, Iris, Amaryllis, Daisy, Lavender, Poppy, Marigold, Violet, Azalea, Tulip, and Petunia. And me!
No multiples.
It's a lot of names.
Yeah. Everyone back home just called us like the wildflowers, because like Bosmer don't have like last names, except for me. I gave myself my own. But like, yeah, no, I'm the only flower in the prophecy. That's like so cool. Oh, Poppy's not gonna believe it. She's gonna be so jealous.
Well, the wooded border, is this where you came from?
I came from the Valenwood. So, I've never been beyond the border, but then when I did, I got arrested. So maybe it's like good I got arrested?
Hyacinth questions the police state. The episode.
Huh? I mean,
I'm all for it.
huh. Anyway, did it say like Hyacinth the flower that is also a great bard, or was it just like, the flower?
What? It did not mention what you do.
Oh.
Just that you will bloom. So perhaps finding Crassius will help in some unknown, undisclosed, undecided way.
I'm just like
I think
Though
so.
I doubt it.
smirking in your direction right now, not saying a word.
The grin, shit eating.
Mhm.
The vibes, rancid.
Incredible. Him is unhappy.
That's how he vogues. The vibes, rancid. The look, smug. Ugh.
Tens across the board.
My gosh, that's another bomb. Thank you so much.
I was about to say.
Thank you so much,
Many.
Neopet.
busty Neopet. Which one is that? Which one?
Let's have it. No,
'Cause-
let's. We already did that last week. You'll see on the BRB
That's
screen
gonna
as to
be-
why.
Okay, I'm excited. Because I've spent a lot of time on Neopets.
I bet Jess is playing
Wait,
Neopets
please.
right now downstairs, and if she can hear me, call
hey,
it out.
Thank you so much. You are amazing. And now you get more luck points. Use them frivolously.
I'm gonna use all of them in a row.
On Gust.
Yeah. Yeah. Gust. 27 Gust. Yeah.
Well.
None of you are free from Gust.
Not
So
even
we're
me.
like-
May I be free of Gust? Unless it is to blow my hair and make me look magical.
If you somehow find yourself crossing a body of water, I will use Gust to dry you off. Small furry creature.
I am grateful.
So,
I respect you.
If you wish, Zira, you. Well, wait, does Vim still have the prophecy, or did he
Vim
give it
is
back to
Oh,
Zira?
I do.
You took
were
it to
writing
me.
it down, and so
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
giving
we
it back to
take
Sweet
it
Tooth.
back,
Mm.
and then we take it to.
Back to me. I now have it.
Oh, you have it.
You may
You can hold it.
show it around
Well,
as you wish.
You can hold it.
Show and
And then
tell.
just pass it on. Who
Can
do
I
we-
read it, please?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yes. Did you let Crassius read it before, or this would also be the first opportunity?
This
Alright.
would be the first opportunity,
Can, like,
probably.
Read over
Yeah.
the shoulder, then.
Oh,
Would our bard not read it out loud?
6
Not
tangled
bad.
strands brought together by prophecy. Just that.
Just that. That's it.
Yeah.
we're just like plucking on the loot.
Yeah, she halfway through like hands it to Crassius and then just starts playing on her little lyre. Just-
Okay.
Like-
Poetry. Okay. You shall know them by their omens. When the sweet tooth of protects fabled mane. When the ones who know questions are curious. Oh. Wants to know the question.
It's you.
Curious counsel of Crass. I think I know what that means. When the caged Wren flies free on sharp wings of vengeance, when the hyacinths bloom at the wooded border, then you shall know the golden Egan threatens towers old. Let the dragon cry to be broken and saved.
Are you
I like
Wren.
2 sentences of
bard.
that.
Hmm.
Are you a bard?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm an author. I mean, they call me a poet, and a poet is another word for bard, but I don't play an instrument. I use my voice.
Should you not be able to read for meaning? Not
Oh.
for just the words you find interesting.
I mean,
Fucking get him!
I can.
Crassius is one of those authors who's like, no, the blue curtains are just blue. It doesn't mean anything else.
No, it sometimes means
Right.
something. It's just.
Crassius is on book talk.
Do you really want the? Do you really want the
Oh my
whole breakdown of everything every time? It's just.
It is important to have information.
All
And
right,
the
I'll
people
bloody
need to
read
know
the
what-
thing.
Brought it.
How do I ascertain that knowledge?
Of what? Of
How do I
writing? Of good
derive
writing?
meaning
Yes, how do I-
from
how do I-
poetry?
Matt is going. How do I
lines.
go about this?
What's my creative license roll?
Have you done your masters of creative writing and literature?
Matt, definitely not. I studied fine arts film. In fact, I did the least amount of reading possible.
Flunked out of the Bard's College.
Yes, no, my
Yeah.
Bard's College is pictures based.
Yeah. Zoe, technically do have a master's in writing for creative practice. Hyacinth does not.
Crassius
So-
is like a student of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sagittarius.
Yes.
Um,
Born under the thief, which is also called Sagittarius.
That means I too am a Sagittarius.
Yeah, besties.
Sorry.
oh, I'm feeling a little. I'm feeling
There are feelings.
I mean, I guess what you could do, Crassius, you could make. It wouldn't be a perception check. You could make it. I suppose what would be best would be an insight check, because you're not trying to investigate You're not trying to investigate this. You're trying to interpret the
about to say-
meaning of something.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So
like,
insight.
it very much feels an interpretation type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether that's it's only it's.
Let's see if you can interpret a James Joyce.
Yeah, gonna use a bit of luck on that roll, I think. Well, that's worse. I got an 8.
It's definitely a lot of flowery words, both literally and metaphorically. It feels like something that you could maybe understand a bit better if you have more time with it.
It's not. It needs to sit and gestate for a bit more than anything. It needs
to percolate a bit. Yeah.
Got vibes a little bit. Let it simmer and let it sit for a moment. It's got some stuff in it, but other stuff's just nonsense. So maybe I got to read it a few times. You put that in your head, you analyze each line. I very much like the parts that I like, but that's making me ignore the other parts that I don't like.
Well, Crassius writes his review of the prophecy. Is there any more information on any books that you found that would have something to do with what is this? Where we could find the towers?
There
and
is,
the
in fact,
dragon.
There are, in fact, books mentioning both the dragon, as we've already discussed, as well as the several discussing towers. Though it seems they're quite dense.
So I've got a couple of those books.
Yeah.
Do I have? Yeah. Have I got access to those?
Yes, so you would be able to look in the books Subtropical Cyrodiil, A Speculation by Lady Cinnabar of Tanith. There is also one called Orbic Enigma 4, Volume 4, The Elden Tree.
I hope these are real books.
They are real Elder Scrolls lore books.
I knew it.
Yeah, how dare you underestimate Moth?
No, I only ever assumed these were real, and I just hope out loud now.
I mean, the other one, which I was like, I'm not going to give you that one. I'm not giving you the 36 Lessons of Vivek Sermon 21, because I think that might be a bit too much.
Oh, but I love lesson number 35.
And this is why you let it percolate.
Yes, it's got to sit with you, really gain an appreciation. Just like you'll appreciate me one day.
I mean, okay, look, I will throw in Sermon 21 of the 36 Lessons of Vivek if you want to read that.
Very much so.
It doesn't need a bit of... The DM is reluctant to give us reading.
I want homework.
I'll give you homework.
Vim is trying to figure out if we could run around with these books up to people and be like, summarize!
Yes, where's the big lady? I want her to read a bedtime story for us. Morning story.
Is there someone in the the study, in the room that we found these books, or that we
very empty, and it's strangely it is very empty here.
Where is everyone?
is the golden eagle? What is
Hyacinth, make a history check.
Oh.
Me. Oh my gosh. My dice managed to cock itself by landing directly on top of another dice.
Got on the
cock?
Well, the cock was the exact point on top of the dice. That is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Very good for my girl. She's got a +1.
Golden eagle. What could that? And then it strikes you, just like a bolt from the blue. Oh, they're talking about the Thalmor. And you think back to in the cell as well. They all had this golden emblem, seeming to show a bird with wings stretched outwards and up.
Uh-oh.
Hey, wait.
Do you, when we look, metaphors and all that sort of stuff can be very objective, but when I think of the golden eagle, the thing that's sort of coming to mind is the Thalmor uniforms, how they got these little birds with the little, and she flaps her hands.
Like the Thalmor, the other, they were saying earlier that was causing problems.
Yeah. The guards at the prison.
Yeah, but didn't they when we got here they talked about the Thalmor too, right? Is that the same
Yeah,
Thalmor?
and how they have this scroll and they're trying to break reality. So I guess maybe reality is a tower? Or are we in a tower? Are the Thalmor threatening these specific towers?
Or there was something about the Dragonbreak and 6 towers. 6 towers.
So if the golden eagle is yeah, Sweet Tooth juggling.
Do you have a juggle possum?
So if the golden eagles are threatening the towers, then there's 6 towers around a dragon, and then she's got a bit of that math lady meme face going on.
There is no Pepe Sylvia. There is no Crassius Curio. I've checked every letter in this building.
I know this face.
So I think that means then that the Thalmor are we kind of if the dragon represents time and reality, then we already know that they're sorry for hitting my microphone. We already know that they're trying to break reality. So this sort of implies that they are very much on the way to do that. So hard.
Much like I asked why we needed to do this and what was in it for us. What's in it for them if they live in the reality? What's the point of that? Because if everything's destroyed or rewritten or whatever, what's it? Why?
Well, if it's rewritten in the way that they want it.
Are they even able to do that?
Probably all be in jail.
Crassius.
Homes would be destroyed.
Crassius, can you roll me a d20?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not even a specific check.
That's the most ominous, right?
That's the scary one.
That's the kind of check that Matt asks for when he's DMing and he makes me nervous. 11.
Okay.
You get stabbed.
You die.
You die of ligma. No.
Balls.
No. Crassius, as everyone is discussing this and you're thinking on this, it feels like the almost a caress of a breath against your cheek and in your ear, warm for a moment before gentle whispers in a language and a tongue which you don't understand until you do. As at first it seems like nothing. You know the answer to this, don't you? You've read it.
Do I know the answer?
But perhaps you don't think you do.
Can I answer back in my head?
We can. You can answer it however you like.
I'm gonna answer out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Continues.
Perhaps we know what they want already. It's just for you to find it. You'll help us, won't you?
I'm already helping you. Why do you think I'm with you guys?
Huh?
I would like to say not much helping has occurred thus far.
Now, we've all been very helpful, but which one do you... Someone said that you helping, and I said, yes, of course I am. I'm here, aren't I? And also, I'm also the string, one of the fucking strings. Oh, see, it's settling in. I understood that now. Sorry?
Unless Wren is talking in her sleep, no one said anything.
Carry on, then.
Breaking news.
Jack Hughes.
I wanted to know. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know if I can check if we can see how old it is, like whatever's written.
The prophecy, or how old the prophecy is?
Like when it was, yeah, like when this particular one was written, like judging by the wear on it.
It would be hard to say. It seems like it's been looked at a lot.
What if I got a nat 20?
Okay, I can give you.
I did it.
Well, I can at least tell you that it seems this isn't like ancient. This is just something which has been referred to a lot.
Right.
The ink is still quite dark. It hasn't faded from light over time. It still has a sort of like the shiny shellac of it on the paper. It's not been worn off. It's just parchment which has been folded and re-rolled and like looked at and handled a lot. It doesn't seem like it's been torn from anything in particular. It seems like someone's handwritten notes which they have just gone back to often.
Elanway is obsessed with us, apparently.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Well, I just wanted to get a vibe. I don't know if it was helpful or not.
It's not so much a... The vibe you would get would be one which you would probably respect, Vib. It's someone has been doing very diligent research.
An intrepid reporter.
And Zila, if you have been looking at some of these books as well, so I will also let you make an investigation check for trying to discern more of this.
While that's happening, can I think about what was just said to me and if that did give me any insight there?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, I would like to do that. Actually, could I angle towards Arcana, because this is very clearly like some magic nonsense as well with the prophecies.
Haggling with the...
I will allow it.
Yeah, better roll.
I got a 17.
All right.
I'm
Matt, we have so many rerolls thanks to the beautiful subscribers.
I do. I
Yeah.
definitely need to use another one.
Thanks to Busty Neopets. We love you. We love Neopets and Busty people. Thank you.
Oh, much better. Instead of a 7, it is a 17. Thank you for
Oh,
the
matchy
luck.
matchy. Well, Crassius, we will come back to you. Like, oh, we'll get to you, Crassius.
Everyone does.
Izira, you have read it's a lot more dense stuff about these towers. From what understanding you can garner, it seems like they are, it's almost like a theory, somewhat theoretical, but also perhaps a bit more metaphysical. This kind of thing is doing your head in, as it would anyone. It seems to be some kind of concept of anchors for reality. Things which anchor existence and the world as it is. And from reading, whilst this is a very strange concept, these towers often do have some physical element to them. And you're reading theories about, they each seem to have some names. There's one which is often referred to, and is also in the Iliac Bay, known as Adamantine Tower. And it is supposedly the very first man-made structure that existed upon the world. But it's said to be a place of great importance, both with regards to magic and history itself. And other towers, whilst less, this one does seem to be a physical tower, like brick and mortar tower. It seems others might be less direct.
So, do we need to protect this tower from the Thalmor?
I mean, maybe that's what the poem tells me. I guess that's what I interpret from it.
Right.
So I guess that makes things easier. We just go to one tower and we just hit the Thalmor with a couple of sticks. Sweet Tooth does the big rrr thing and scares them all away, and then we're done. Yeah, exactly. She's so cool.
Do we have to save a dragon? Is that what I'm reading?
Well, the dragon of time. So at one point the dragon broke and created a lot of different times.
Yeah.
And now we have to.
It sounds like it is. We'd let the dragon do the crying, and so it can save.
It doesn't seem right to let the dragon cry.
No.
Even dragons should cry sometimes, and that's the important part, is that therapy is useful and healing for everyone.
Yes.
As the gang begins to try and dissect some of what's happening here, we're going to go to a really quick break. Hopefully, looks like by the time we come back from break, we will have G with us. So, Grandma Wren is going to start. It starts to stir in the bed.
She's gonna
wake up, and we're all gonna leave.
We're gonna get stabbed so many times.
It's Triana here. Hello.
Oh boy.
It's like, hi, were you talking about me? What did you do? Okay, you drive me around like a corpse? Okay, Shank.
Got so much to tell you. You're gonna hate most
I love it.
of
None
it.
of us have tried to wake her up yet, because I think we're all terrified.
It's like, my grandma just does that. Wacky grandma.
She'll stab us if we wake her up too early.
I do have a chat request. Chat. We have 6 followers away from the big 1,000 milestone. Everyone share as much as you can. We can do it tonight. I may even host the subathon as early as next week. Thank you so much, everyone who has followed and subscribed so far. 5 left. I just saw that. Thank you, Triana, for following. Please give us a follow if you like what we're doing. Let's see if we can do that in the break. 5 followers left. Get your alt accounts. Do whatever you can. Let's try and push it over the number in this stream. All right.
Inorganic growth. Let's go.
We're
We
going
gotta
to
pump up
go
those
for
numbers,
a quick,
baby. Sorry.
5 to 10 minute break. So we'll be back shortly, and you can enjoy the beautiful trivia from the loading screen, and also some more chill music from Cry Club. Again, thank you, Heather and Jono. You're amazing.
Heather and Johnny.
We
Four
do it
left.
'cause
Four
we
left.
love you.
Sorry. All right. We'll see you in 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get G in here, and then we'll be back.
And welcome back to Dragonbreak. So, where we last left off, there was some discussion of the nature of reality itself. And also, Grandma Wren wakes up.
Oh, she's having one hell of a nap, but she's back. Hi, I'm here now. Wren's awake. Wake up, Grandma.
The last time you were conscious was during your escape from prison.
Classic.
And now you are waking up in a room which looks like almost the inside of a shell, but lit with magical floating orbs of blue and gold, and 5 loud voices discussing some bullshit.
Usually gotta take something pretty strong to see shit like this, but I don't remember taking anything.
Vim looks over so quickly that, like, his neck cracks.
Oh, honey, sound like me.
And then points to Crassius and just goes, Crassius Curio.
I was expecting you to say it so quickly, but I love it.
We just
Breaking
saying
news.
things now? Why would you? What? Sorry, run that by me again one more time.
Yeah, they're calling me
Breaking
names. They're calling me names.
I mean, we always call you names.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
Yeah.
This is Crassius Curio. You missed
Great
it. You were
bard and
asleep.
author.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
One of the worst men to walk this earth.
No, it's not. Did they?
That would be. Yeah, that would be really stupid if Crassius was to show his face around here,
yeah,
wouldn't it? That would be really, really dumb.
Unsubstantiated
Be
claims
done.
more than anything.
You
Why would it
can
be-
ask anyone else here.
Don't think I need to, hon. True.
Why would it?
You
why would it be-
Crassius.
I am
Oh,
not.
tell.
I'm not.
All right.
Constantius Corium.
That's an even worse name. Could I do a little insight check?
Yes, you may.
Just verifying some information on Wren's side.
How do you feel
Yep,
about
you may.
opposed roles here?
Tattletale.
Fight.
Yes,
Fucking
but I
snitches,
will.
all of you.
I'm going to impose disadvantage on you because Wren has help from Vim.
Yeah, that's so fair. That's so fair.
You've been snitched.
You've been snitched.
It's breaking news.
If Matt's ability to roll 20s, I need 2 of them right now.
Does Matt want to try and beat
Motherfucker.
at 21?
Yeah.
Look, I got
Another
1.
one.
I didn't get 2.
Do you have 20 more?
No.
Yes, 21 on that one.
Oh. Nah, still not good enough.
No, Matt, no, down.
If I got the other roll, it would have been 23, but I got a 16 instead. No, sorry, it would have been a 26 instead of it's a 16.
Oof.
Right then, and Wren's gonna draw one of the knives out and hold it to his throat. Give me one reason I don't remove a problem from my path right now.
A small cat running between you. Paws up.
And
Yeah, you drop those things.
And I think the other
Right-
5
right in the
can
middle
give
of
you a
them.
good
Pause up.
reason.
Prophecy,
Oh,
prophecy,
quickly,
reason,
please.
prophecy is reason, prophecy is
That's
reason.
not good enough.
Prophecy is reason. At least see
We need
prophecy decide.
If I cut the strings of fate, they go across my neck, you'll die too.
Oh, honey, that wouldn't be a first for me. Let's go again for round 2. What's this prophecy we're talking about, though? Now you got me curious.
I pull it up
Crassius.
and show it to you. Right in your face.
Oh, hey,
Bring
honey, I'm sweetie, that's very sweet of you, but I really need my glasses for this one. All right. puts on her spectacles. Well, that's a load of old rubbish, isn't it?
We're kind of we're mentioned with some kind of importance for us all to be here.
Yeah, I don't like that we're all written down on this. Feels a bit I've been observed. Ew. All right, who gave you this?
Deal of being known.
Who gave you this? What's this all about?
Big lady, tall lady, everyone finds her sexy. You probably will too.
Oh, the hot one. No, I saw her. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, see? Everyone does.
I hand the prophecy over back to Zira. Or to Sweet Tooth. Whoever shoved it in my face is getting it back.
I got the whole lot of books.
I think Wren's is going to twirl the knife back, stick it back in the basket. Yeah, then. I guess we're all stuck together. Is that the gist of it?
Looks like it.
For now?
Right.
Why
So
do
now
you
me and the
hate
optimal
him?
there. Would you like the list chronologically or alphabetically? I don't really have time for either.
What's the most biggest reason why?
Do I know what I
Major
did?
pain in the arse, I think, for one. Yeah, would Crassius
Do I
even be
actually know?
aware
Because
that
Matt
Wren...
doesn't.
Maybe once they start being listed out.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
I would like to know what I've
Big
done
one
wrong
out
more
of the
than
way.
anything, if you hate me so much.
Oh, sweetie, hate is a petty emotion. No, you're just a real pain in my arse for the last 5-10 years. I doubt you've even known I've been around, but you've been one step ahead of me every bloody time. And frankly, really getting in the way of my business, something that I do not tend to take lightly. So,
More like
for this reason alone...
And it would be more like for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 decades.
Oh, for that long, great, wonderful.
We're talking decades.
True, this is information for Gem now. Yeah, bit of a thorn in my side. And frankly, I got 2 little shits I really don't need to cross right now. And you have been there every step of the bloody way, and I doubt you've even realised it.
I don't even
Now we're all acquainted.
know who you are before this.
Yeah, let's keep it that way, shall we?
I
Right then.
recognize
What are we
you're
up to now? Yeah, I got one of those faces, love, don't I? Let's
So
keep it that way.
Yeah, the nagging sense of familiarity is still there, but again, still not clicking.
Yeah.
And
Just
hopefully...
Just another disgruntled
won't click.
person from the area.
Yeah, that's what they put on my license tag.
Yeah.
Now, what's the plan?
I'm sure you've been to the council
Disgruntled
meeting.
people in your area.
Yes.
Don't tell me there were disgruntled people in my area. I have a mirror.
You're one of the people that come up to the council meetings and say, someone's put their hedge over my yard. I need you to give them a fine or something, aren't you?
God knows, sweetie. I ain't doing council meetings for the life of me. It sounds bloody boring.
Yeah, well,
Isn't that what you're supposed to do as counselor?
I don't do the gardening. I hire someone to.
Yeah, sounds about right. Oh then, lady, giving us prophecies, writing us all down. How we all feel about that? Because I don't love it, I'll be honest.
If it is real,
You go.
no, you speak, please.
Looking at this prophecy, are we all in here? Who's who?
They wrote Hyacinth out by name. Look at that.
And Wren.
And
I
Wren.
mean, they would have talked about a bird, I think, in that one. You know, common name and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because it's a
Capitalized.
capital. Exactly. Sweet Tooth got to it before I did. It's a capital W. So
Hate that.
And they're kind
Alright
of in there.
Yeah. It says
It
right
has
there,
my
Sweet
name,
Tooth.
kind of. And I
Bit
do
of-
protect, so...
All right then. Well, I mean, if it's a ruse, it's a bloody convincing one. I'm pretty sold, and frankly, that's not easy to do.
Does it have
Sorry,
a
did she
name
give
on
us? Yeah, she marked this. Did she give us an expiration date on this one? I'd love to see it.
Oh,
Considering it involves the breaking of time, I would say the expiration date is very close and not very close.
Or more
I
if
hate
the
that.
if there's a date on the page itself of like when it was written.
There is not.
there a best before
But-
date on it?
There,
Yeah,
Milk.
Expiration
there's,
date.
there's someone who you could talk to about it.
Where is
Information?
Elanwe?
The hot lady.
Yes.
I mean, you would assume maybe she's back in her study?
Yeah, where are we, by the way? I forgot to ask that in amongst all the revelry.
With gods, it's hard to tell.
We're not
went-
with God.
You went through a big golden sphincter and end up here.
I
It
tell
was
you.
a crack. It was just a
that's the same
crack.
thing.
So, I mean, that's near the sphincter, those crack first.
Yeah,
Near.
Yeah.
It is sphincter adjacent.
Either way, we went into a giant
Again.
asshole and met more assholes.
Welcome
we
back,
got you
Baldur's
here.
Gate 3.
What
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
called? Sphincters?
Because they were sphincter. If you look at them, they're all actually
Oh, no.
biologically sphincters.
I know, but why?
You gotta have something to funnel shit through.
You gotta
That's
Look,
the
we're the
everyone
shit.
leave. The best line's been said.
look. They had to have something to show to Kevin MacLeod on Grand Designs.
Never
They
mind,
blew
I've
out
got
their
the best
budget.
lines in here. Get out.
They blew out their budget on the sphincters. Through the sphincters.
All right then. I know I've said this once before, but you should take some very hard shit to feel like this. So we've got hot lady, sphincter adjacent territory,
Yes.
a fun little ditty that tells the future, maybe, I don't know, prophecies. And
Wow.
reapers, apparently. What was that noise?
It's Lord of the
Sorry, that was
Words.
a car going past my fucking house.
The tripods are landing.
It's Harbinger! Sorry.
There's a drag race happening outside our room. Just like fancy elves and fucking.
Slay, 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 slay.
Yeah, fantasy RuPaul with elf ears with a little scarf.
Finally.
Guess who's back in the house?
Oh, I love the adoring fan. Okay.
That's my cousin.
Oh god, he might be. Plus, my families are fucking huge. Okay.
Yeah. Do we find the hot lady?
Find the hot lady.
You can go look for a landway.
Is that okay?
Well,
We
yeah.
search for the hot lady in our area.
Interest check on finding the hot lady, if not for information, simply to look at her.
Understandable.
We can get behind this.
You can make perception checks.
Sweet.
I'll go find.
So is someone keeping track of the quote logs that we have here? Because sphincter adjacent really needs to be on there.
We got a couple in there. Help us out though if you
Wonderful.
want.
Finn was like, it's our
Perception.
time, I wrote it down, I'm reporting.
I am a journalist.
Perception was it?
Yes.
Wait, all of us?
Anyone who wishes to look for hot lady.
I love looking for hot lady.
10 for Wren.
Oh god, we broke G already.
No, I'm just love you guys so much. This has been such a hard day.
I love you.
We love you too.
Oh man.
Love you. I'm using one of the luck points because I got a 6.
Okay, so when everyone's rolled, just let me know who's rolled
6
above.
it will be.
Oh, what am I rolling? Sorry.
If you wish to look for a landway, you can roll me a perception.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see the hot lady.
Hyacinth rolled a 9, which means she got lost and then just followed Sweet Tooth wherever she went.
Has anyone
She
used
just
luck, by the way?
found the second hot lady and just like followed her.
So, did anyone get above a 20?
Got perception.
Did,
right?
yeah. Did
Oh wait,
any-
I forgot to add my fucking. Well, it wouldn't be 20 anyway.
I could use the luck and like
15?
roll
So,
again.
okay, what I'm going to do from now on, just to help streamline things a bit, is instead of everyone shouting out what they got, I'm going to go for like, I'll do a roll call of like above 20, above 15, above 10, and etc. And then that's when you can put your hands up and tell me what you got.
Mhm.
So, no one got above 20. Anyone get above 15?
15?
I got A15.
That will count. If it meets it, it beats it. So,
Hey.
we've got 2 15s. Anyone get above 10?
Oh wait, let me check.
10.
No.
Okay.
Doing
In
math.
that case, In that case, I think it's going to be Sweet Tooth and Crassius who find Elanway. Who remember their route back to the study as you exit the dorm room, or what it seems to be a dorm room, and enter the large sort of common area of this strange shell Nautilus tower thing. Again, that lovely, that deep blue with the lights almost flickering across the surface of the walls like water, like the reflections of water, sort of. There's the rippling of the light. And you can cross the common area and go over to... You're pretty sure it's Elanway's office, what you remember when you came here, and approaching the door, you can hear sort of muttering... Just one person muttering to themselves, just sort of talking to themselves, scratching out some notes. Oh, that won't do it all. We can try this again. Oh, but what if it's... Yeah.
Going to knock on... Is there a door? Or is it just an open doorway?
There is a door. It is slightly ajar.
Okay. Still, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, enter.
Hi. So we were reading and we kind of found this prophecy.
Oh,
Would you
yes,
care
I
to-
was wondering where I'd put that.
In a book.
That makes sense. Well, come in. She waves her hand and moves several piles of books aside, and it seems to clear some of the floor space for you.
Can Wren just kind of like get a look at any of the spines of the backs for any books that
Yeah.
might pique interest, looking for like murder magic, necromancy, anything?
You
Looking
can
at,
make-
like, untoward.
You can make an investigation check.
Sweet. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Ooh, there are some extremely interesting looking books around here. It seems
Cursed shit.
cursed shit. It doesn't seem like you see too much cursed shit, but you do see things. You can see some books which are speaking on the nature of necromancy. You can see some which actually talk about the nature of certain gods and godly powers. There's lots of very interesting books here, and there's some which they're not all in the common tongue. Some of them are in languages which you don't quite understand. Others are written in a tongue that you can understand, a script you can understand, Daedric, which is what is used in parts of Morrowind.
Yep. Okay.
And I will get a list of books to you as well.
Thank you. Could Wren just maybe grab one that looks like she could read it and deals in necromancy and just...
You can roll me a sleight of hand.
You can certainly try, she says. Alrighty. What have I got? Sleight of hand. Alright, pretty good. Okay, not bad. That is 19. Oh, no, 17 plus 2.
You think that you are unnoticed as you
I don't like how you said that.
slip
Not the
it
word
in.
think in there. Just
You believe you're unnoticed.
wonderful. Ren's gonna slip that into the wicker basket full of knives and baked goods.
What a sentence.
What else does a grandmother keep? Werther's originals. Werther's originals in there as well.
That's what makes it a grandmother.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Oh, do I see that?
What's your
Oh,
passive
the
perception?
basket. Oh,
Stop witnessing
that's only
crimes.
15. That's right. No, it was more it's seeing the basket.
Oh,
and
the-
smelling the sweet, smelling the sweet
Oh, yes.
baked goods in it.
I was
Yes.
like, oh, does
Yes,
Sweet Tooth
you
see
do.
the crime? No, does Sweet Tooth see the bakery?
Yes, you do. Your nose is fine-tuned for such occasions. The hints of sweetness and sugar.
She licks her lips and just nods. Like,
Wren just makes eye contact.
Just holding the books that we found.
Zira makes eye contact with Wren and goes,
Tiny grandmother hand. Just. We're just doing this back and forth. While
Yeah.
the goddess is like, "Can I help you, people?" No, all right.
Yes. So, are you all in here? Do you all follow in?
Hot
Yes.
lady? I think we've all piled in.
Yeah, absolutely. Where there are hot people, there will be Crassius.
Understand?
Yeah, I think once Hyacinth caught up to Sweet Tooth's tail, she's just like kind of in the background. Ooh woo.
Doing that?
Yes. The hot lady's in the room. She's got to look cute.
I
What if
want
she
to.
wants to kiss?
I also want to explore wherever else we are too with Vim,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's worth going off on my own.
Maybe.
I don't want to split the party.
Oh
Sorry.
no! Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. That would be the perfect time for another follow.
yes, it would.
Whose computer
Where
that?
is it?
Matt's so disappointed in me.
I just heard the Windows restart noise.
Yeah.
That was me.
That was my brain.
That's how I feel whenever someone says it. I usually, if I'm DMing, by the way, I'll if any of the cast say it, I'll always give them disadvantage and be like, don't mention it. Bad.
I'm sorry, I withdraw my free promo.
Oh
of
no,
the
I'm not
channel we're
DMing. Do
on.
whatever you want.
Anyway,
You wish to speak with me?
Yes. About the nature of this prophecy and what it is you think that we are supposed to be doing.
Well, it's been translated as best we can pass. We weren't sure that we got all of it quite right, but it seems to be mostly in order. You did some reading, I assume.
Of course.
A kindred spirit, then. Well, you see, these last lines here, they are the ones which are of most interest to me, since they seem to actually action something. The breaking of the dragon is, well, the dragon breaks, the breaking of time itself, of the dragon god of time. That is something which we have thought is not ideal, not a desirable effect previously, but it could be used to our benefit.
In what way?
Well, when you mess with time, things get messy and timelines, and we have some records from before the Dragonbreak, or we think before the Dragonbreak. Again, it gets a bit squirrely, but new ideas, new places, new things, new concepts, new gods can come into being. We believe that before the Dragonbreak at the Iliac Bay, that there were 8 divines, but it seems that now there are 9, or there always have been 9. It's a very strange concept. So it has to be approached with care.
So you would like us to create a new timeline or new time?
It seems that it is saying that it's not something I would necessarily ask you to do, but it seems to be something that will in some way come to pass.
Yeah.
So,
Guaranteed success then.
But you should definitely be taking good care and measures to not make things worse with your approach.
so we
How
have to
would
find
we-
the dragon and we let it cry, and then it will
It's
save everyone?
can be mean to a dragon. What's it gonna do?
It's not an actual dragon. It's symbolic of.
It's a bit misleading.
It's symbolic of Akatosh. For the Khajiit, Alkosh is often depicted as a dragon, and is said to be the god of time. I'm not sure if he's an actual dragon. I've never seen a Dra in the flesh.
So, and we are gonna meet it in the flesh?
I'm not sure about that. I think that last part is more conceptual, poetic, perhaps. It was a difficult one to translate.
So it's a little bit off base then. And we're going to be the ones to put it back on base and figure it out? Is that the idea?
Or change
ideally.
If dragon is
Or
time,
make it worse. Take either.
then we let time be broken to save time?
To save reality.
Save reality.
This other phrase here, the towers, that is another interesting concept, which I could give many a dissertation on. But the long and short of it would be that the towers are the things which hold up reality. Imagine, if you will, a wagon wheel. The outside would be time, and the inside would be reality, or space and time. They're not attached until you add the spokes of a wheel. Think of the towers as spokes. They help to keep that wheel turning.
Wren has just blue screened entirely and is like back to looking at books again.
Yes, we're just confused. It's just like, what? What?
So the Thalmor want to destroy the spokes of this wheel that will destroy reality for us.
I believe so, yes.
But like, why? That's like so rude.
Why is indeed the question.
I love Typhon so much.
Thank you.
Falling back to that check I did earlier, because I don't know if we resolved
No.
that. Thinking about that more, and what they said of you already know, or you know how, does that play into this?
It still isn't making much sense to you.
Okay.
Be rude or anything, and not to, put a damper on our spirits. This feels like very big. We've got big aspirations, don't we? We've got big goals, really blue sky in it. Not to be a dickhead, but we're not exactly the heroic crew, as it were. Why are we involved in this?
Oh, I understand. We've already asked if we get paid, and they gave us a really vague answer. Is that what you meant?
Well, that's the second part of the question. The first part is more like, we're listed on your little sheet of paper. What? Why us?
I am not sure why it is you.
Oh, I hate that answer. No, that doesn't do it all.
No, I mean no offense by that. It's more the fact we have been trying to figure out what exactly it means, and we didn't even realize until a short time ago that these things, these flowers and these birds, that we had mistranslated them, and that they in fact were referring to specific people, to you.
Weird mystical shit then. All right then. Okay, I can accept that. If we're getting paid, if we're not, different story.
You will be paid.
Great. Then point me in the right direction. I will break spokes or fix them.
You seem to already be partaking of the library, let's say.
I'm thoroughly enjoying your collection. Yes, my eyes have gazed upon these tomes, and they are
all of them are alarmed.
That's so interesting. That's such a fascinating concept that you've put here that I will not be testing.
You are more than welcome to borrow any of the tomes.
We'll take that under consideration if the need arises, which it so far has not.
And we can compensate you.
Punching the bag.
We can compensate you financially. I can open the coffers of the order. Perhaps magical items might also be of interest.
Saying we get stuff.
Theoretically, I'll take stuff.
I like things. I love material.
If you wish to be so base, yes, stuff is the way to put it.
Right.
What kind of
Not be
stuff?
base then. What's the elevated version of base?
Based.
Yeah, damn it! Wren takes out the book, smashes her own head into it. Wren dies. TPK. She's taking everyone out with her.
I like
Let Wren
material.
cook. I'm sorry, I'll leave.
Material wealth and possessions.
Oh,
Treasure, perhaps, one might say.
not like the friends along the way shit. I don't want any more of those.
No, there's...
Stuff. I like
I imagine
stuff.
there might be difficulty in that for you, I imagine.
No, not at all. But not the point.
She's reading you. Ooh.
Yeah, you got
How
to catch
did you
up
manage
on
to?
Sorry.
How did you manage to find all of us in one place?
Well, that's...
And how did you know who we were?
We have been, ever since coming across the truth that these are names and not things, we have been able to do our research, and we were able to pinpoint areas of activity, let's say. Again, metaphysical concepts. But it did so happen that when we did attempt to scry on you at points, that your paths seemed as if they were going to converge.
In prison. Yeah. Good times.
When you said scry us, does that mean when exactly?
Before we went to prison.
Various stages through your life. I've not seen any uncompromising positions.
Okay, good. You can't prove anything if you did.
Whoa. That was not where my mind was going, but good to know.
I'm sure it
Exactly
was
where
where
mine
his was going. Yes, Hyacinth.
Hi, Hyacinth Pulley puts her hand in the air like it's school. Well, maybe, like, you know, you guys were, like, scrying on us, and you saw that we were, like, you know, being converged into one point. Maybe that's, like, one of those, like, prophecy fate things, where, like, the Thalmor thought that they were, like, you know, preventing us from being able to enact the prophecy, because they, like, sought us all out and gave phony reasons for us to be in prison, like mushrooms or daggers, and they put us all in one place thinking they could keep us there and then go and make the dragon cry. But instead, they did the prophecy and then put us all together, and then you, hot lady, could find us. Yippee!
An interesting way to explain it, and
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure about the whole making the dragon cry aspect, but it seems that has been our hypothesis.
No, I was in prison of my own volition. All right, that was a free thinking thought that I had on my own. No weird dragons or bloody mystical whatsits involved. Just so we're all very clear on that.
But
an
that's
independent
maybe what,
woman.
like, that's maybe what, like, the prophecy maybe
Don't
said.
you
You're
say
an
it.
independent
Don't you say
woman.
Hyacinth, I like you, kid. Don't you say it.
Okay.
That's right. Free thinking. Oh, that was my own individual thought.
Oh, my cousin.
Oh my god, there's another Khajiit.
Zero walks across in front of Hyacinth.
What are you doing? Get back. Sweet treat,
Zero,
get away from there.
please. I'm trying to eat pasta on stream. Please, don't eat it.
Sweet Tooth does as she pleases. Sweet Tooth, in fact, would very much be enjoying some delightful snacking right now, as she always does, I imagine.
Thank you for protecting us from her butt. Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
No butt on stream.
I
In terms of
the
service.
other group I play D&D with, one of the other players, her cat, every single night that we record will stick her whole butt in the camera, and they're just like, "Wow, how sweet!" And I'm like, "I don't need this."
Sphincters everywhere.
Oh my god.
So I
There are
protect.
sphincters everywhere for those with eyes to see
Sphincters
them.
everywhere.
Everything reminds me of BG3. I should call her.
I should
This is fine.
Anyway, the crying dragon.
I'm not sure that they know about that part. I'm not sure that their goal is to create a Dragonbreak, but I would say that their goal is perhaps these towers.
Right then, in terms of, next steps and all that, and, laying the pathway to whatever it is we're supposed to be doing, where should we be looking? Do we have kind of a guide?
She clicks her finger and moves more of the papers on her table,
Hello?
which begin to sort themselves onto the shelves. Very Magician's Apprentice style.
Oh my gosh, it's Mickey Mouse.
They'll pay for this.
Oh,
Oh!
Minnie. Oh.
The Disney snipers are all at our windows right now.
As all the papers rearrange themselves back into their proper positions on the shelves, you see that there is a map of the world as you know it. And again, there is this handwriting that you, Zira, and anyone who else, well, Zira and Sweet Tooth, that you have seen all throughout these books, as well as the prophecy. It seems to be her own handwriting. And it seems there have been little sort of flags stuck into areas of the map.
Okay, where did?
So, Matt, I lied. We might need the map.
Oh, yeah. Let me. Hold on. Let me.
That
let me cook
was
real
my
quick.
mistake.
Let me cook real quick.
Let's go! Map time!
It's the map
Fucking
time.
map.
Time for map.
Mathematics.
Oh no, I'm so bad at mathematics though.
I didn't study for
Mathematics,
this
my
mathematics
enemy.
test.
I sucked at mathletics.
Mathletics was the only good part of primary school.
I come from England. There is no mathletics. I heard about it from my sister when we moved here, and I was like, I'm out. I'm
also
free.
came
It's
from
okay.
England.
The math can't hurt me.
No, it was fun. It got me really competitive with people I don't know across the globe. It was great.
I was a big fan of mathgames.com as a child.
Games.com.
As a
I
small
still count with my
autistic
hand.
child, oh my god. Best.
They both
love
look like
numbers.
elves to me.
All right. While I'm
Wait, that's
almost ready.
directions.
I'm almost ready for anyone who. I just saw Hermes D&D is just saying, what's a little primer, like a little small synopsis of what we've done so far, if for a first timer joining us.
Well, welcome in Hermes D&D. Well, we have 6 absolute disasters in the
5.
world of speak for yourself.
I did.
Within the world of Tamriel, the world of the Elder Scrolls, who have recently escaped from jail, maybe burnt down the town that they were in, we don't know, and found a crack in reality through which they have met with someone who's explaining that they might be part of an important prophecy and have to save the world, which would be great if they weren't all varying shades of
Asshole.
disaster.
Yeah.
Yes. We have some people in here who would be destined for great heroics and adventures, and we have some people who are
Crassius.
very good at stabbing, and also people who are notorious authors known for writing about lusty Argonian maids.
Hey,
Gust!
good
Gust!
good fiction will never hurt anyone. Gust spells will.
Do they?
Not me, I guess. I came out of that one on top, didn't I?
Gust spells do not damage people hit point wise.
No.
They
Just
they
hurt your
push them off a
feelings.
cliff.
True.
That's true.
Full damage. But
It's more the ground doing the damage there.
yeah, true.
So the party is currently in Artaeum, which is the home of the Sigic Order, which is a place which may have been somewhat phased out of reality. They were previously in a jail in Arenthia, which is near the border to between Valenwood and Cyrodiil. And we are in the 4th era. All right. Do we almost have? Well, I can at least start to explain
Yeah, we're good.
in character
Coming
while we
our
get
way.
this map up. When
I did it. There you go.
we did it, there we go. Now, if
Doing it.
you scroll down to where I'm pinging,
Ooh, hello.
I'm sorry, when you're what?
Terms
Oh
of service,
my
terms of
gosh.
service.
Terms of service.
Whoa.
it's Mingin.
What are
It's
you
fucking
doing, Crone?
Mingin. You see that ignore the first little red circle around Arenthia. That was just where you were starting.
Mhm.
And I will delete it at another point. So you see there are circles around several places on the map. The first is in the Valenwood, Falanesti. There's another around Rimmen. It's probably...
Sorry.
Oh, it always comes back to sphincters, apparently.
Girl, are you from
It's
that
like
region? Because you're
sphincters.
fairly nasty.
If it goes in your mouth, it comes out the other end. It's got to come out somewhere. And
I
it
was like,
turns out you have several sphincters. There are many sphincters in your body.
That sentence went so many paths, and I was trying to guess where it would go to before it ended, and I was wrong every time.
The best thing about English is you don't need to know where you're ending when you start.
You know it ends in a sphincter, apparently.
It ends in a sphincter no matter what happens.
My god.
God.
We're all dead now.
So,
TPK.
back in Rimmen.
Yes. So these two areas are mostly have the most flags in them. So you see that there's a bit more emphasis put on Valenwood here. These are areas which I've calculated that are under most current threat. But I believe, and she takes some of the flags out of elsewhere and pops them into Valenwood. I believe that this is going to be the area most at risk.
Really?
Yes, it is It is a site of an active tower. One of those pinions of reality. And
Right. In the Valen Wood, in the Wood of Valen? In the Valen Wood?
yes,
There? Oh no.
Cusco's prison.
Oh,
Yes,
Red didn't have
that
that reference
Valen,
here.
right?
Yeah, that one.
that's uh-oh.
That not
uh-oh.
good spot for you.
What's wrong?
No, that's where my whole family is.
Oh.
All of I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they won't go there. It's just that when we first saw the, increasing military presence, it was right next to there, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that's so normal. Cool and chillin', fine and great. And she just buries her face
Come
in
on,
her
that one,
hands.
love.
it is indeed not normal. The increased presence of the Thalmor agents and operatives around the Valenwood has us concerned, to say the least. And the fact that now they seem to be stopping entry in and out of the Valenwood is even more so.
So we sneak in there, get inside, blow it up from the inside, hope the tower doesn't go down. Moving on?
Profits.
No.
Dang it.
The problem comes with this, that the tower here, this spoke on the wheel of reality, whilst in some areas these towers are in fact towers or very tall structures, we don't know what it is for the Valenwood. We have theories, but we're not quite sure what it is, or how it is that they are going to threaten it.
How do you know that it's there and that it's active?
Because if not, why would there be so much of a presence? What would they?
What they get up to?
Nothing good.
Yeah, but probably
There's a reason they were so active in Cyrodiil. There's a reason they have become more active within Skyrim. There's a reason that they don't see much use in going to Vardenfell anymore.
There is a
Right.
fallen tower?
The Walkbrass Tower, I believe, is no longer, and nor is the Red Tower. And Wren, you would know, at least, Red Tower is another name for Red Mountain. Red Mountain being the very large, very active volcano in the center of Vardenfell, the main
Right.
island part of Morrowind. The one which erupted and has caused mass
not good.
mass emigration from
Wonderful.
Morrowind.
Great. Well, that's delightful. It's nice to have a personal connection to a tragedy. All right then. So what's the game plan? What do you
It
need
killed
to do?
thousands.
Yeah, not great. Wasn't
Not
fun.
great.
It was really bad for business also. I can have personal concerns mixed up in the tragedy.
It was a terrible tragedy to capital.
Exactly. Mine and the family specifically. So
We
what do you need
believe-
us to do then? What's the goal? What are we doing? Give me marching orders
If
here.
we can get you to get into the Valenwood, I can open up a portal to somewhere and find out more about where their presence is concentrated, where they are heading, what they are investigating. Then we could ascertain the location of the tower and their plans for it.
We don't exactly look like Thalmor.
No, but you do have allies. I have some of my own operatives out in the world. And there is quite a large contingency of those who are neither Thalmor nor Bosmeri, as the borders are closed.
Just genuinely saying, hey, if we don't do this, shit's gonna get real messed up, might be enough to encourage some others to join the squad. Or at least pay us. Alright then, how do we feel about this then? Yeah, that base sums it up, doesn't it?
I mean, we sort of I'm so normal right now. I mean, we sort of like have to, right? Like we have to, like we have a chance to save a whole lot of people, and the fact that some of those people are directly blood related to me has nothing to do with me like really wanting to do this.
There's also the issue that the destruction of these towers is not always necessarily it's not always an explosion. Let's say it's not always the same as what happened with Red Mountain.
Oh, bloody
Sometimes
I hope
it's
so.
sometimes it's more socio-political. Sometimes there is some other element at work there. They seem to come in and cause unrest, and they have aims which are inscrutable to many others. Or they have previously been inscrutable because we haven't realized that they've been targeting the towers.
Nothing some clever journalism couldn't fix.
And
It
then,
happened someone couldn't fix.
what is happening in Rimmen then?
We believe that in Rimmen there is a crisis of succession. With the Thalmor now trying to stage a hostile takeover of
Favorite kind.
the north and south of elsewhere.
Less fun then.
The current, well, the most recent main has been all but politically neutralized.
Are we you expecting us to fight people? Like harm?
That's
Or-
the sound.
Like what can, because we aren't exactly a force in the sense of strength. A lot of us that are civilians or people who travel more, or you know what, not exactly soldiers.
Yeah, we're squishy is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
We
Squeeze
don't-
me too
we
hard,
don't
it pop, and
necessarily
not in the
need
good way.
people. We don't necessarily need people to fight. We more need people to investigate, to get to the bottom of things, to give us more information about what is happening.
Be nosy little buggers. Now that I can do.
I can actually do that.
We scout the area.
You all have your own abilities. You all have your own specialities. And whilst this is not a team that I would necessarily have put together myself, I
It's a
think
twisted
that
knife.
I think that this is one that we can use to our advantage.
I'm gonna look over at
Can work with
Hyacinth.
that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna look. Sorry, I'm just something crawling on my desk. I want to sort it out.
It's the caterpillar!
Rimmen.
It's like a ladybug.
My
kind
pillow!
My pillar.
Crassius gonna look over at Hyacinth, very clearly having a bit of a panic moment. It's like looks down and at his shoes, shifts uncomfortably, and then kind of takes a step over towards them. Where should we start looking?
Me?
No, I'm talking to them. I just.
Oh, no.
Are you?
We believe that it would be best for you to start in either Felanesti or Eldenroot. These are two of the major cities, and, well, you'll be able to blend in more easily with the rest of the crowd whilst you get your bearing.
Question for Moth.
Yes.
Given that Wren is trying to avoid certain people, would she happen to know if they had frequented either location particularly recently?
Not to your knowledge.
Dang
you-
it! Okay, she's
You
no idea.
don't know if they've been in Valenwood, but you do think that cities are hubs of information and knowledge, and you would be able to have your ears to the ground, so to speak, and find out if any troublesome lads have been around.
So Phalanxty would probably be the
Felanesti or Eldenroot.
Phalanxty, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Eldenroot is these are both two of the major cities. I'm trying to remember which one is the current capital, since that has changed, I believe.
I'm thinking we hit somewhere large. Lots of people to talk to. Lots of holes to dig up. Oh, I had a little stroke while I said that. Holes to dig up.
Had a little stroke.
Had a little stroke. Came back. Had a breakdown. Bon appetit.
I want
Strike
to
is a
stop bringing
trait.
up the sphincter, but I can't when you say things like that.
Planned this whole
Yep.
time, Shawnee. It's to make you bring up sphincters.
Oh,
And
no,
I've been so successful this stream.
so full of sphincters.
So, Eldenroot has been the capital previously. Falanesti is the more traditional capital, which has... I will let Hyacinth make a history check.
Oh boy.
And Hyacinth, you can make this check with charisma.
Oh, yippee!
I will let you make this with charisma because of you're trying to recall things from your oral tradition and from songs specifically.
Yeah.
This is your specialty as a bard.
Cool. I have used one of the luck points because I'm rolling like garbage
Oh,
tonight.
we got so many.
And
That's
then-
all right.
Yes,
And then just
use them,
add-
waste them. Ha ha ha.
My
So many.
add my personality modifier, which makes
Yes.
it a 22.
So, from stories that you would hear sung and recited to you growing up, the city of Falanesti is often known as the Walking City. You weren't quite sure why until you made a trip there as a child with your family and realized that it was not as far to walk as you had previously thought. And you realized that this is a migratory city. The trees that make it up migrate seasonally and carry the city with it. So it's not always in the same location. It's in the same sort of general, like the western part.
Yeah. It's in an area, it's not in a location.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's like, it's like two big cities in the Valenwood, and one of them is Falanesti, which like moves around on the trees, so it's never in like one spot. Are the tower spokes stationary? Because if
We
they-
don't know.
oh cool.
But this is something to consider.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they maybe have to be stationary in order to hold up time. That seems like something you need to be kind of like grounded for. Oh, I'm all good. So maybe Elden Root would be like the better spot, because that's like always where it is. Whereas Falanesti sometimes isn't where it is. It's
Yeah.
where it is now.
Which is bloody hard for postage, I assume. All right then.
Postage? We just talk.
That's okay, sweet pea. I'll explain it later. All right, so
Okay.
we're hitting. We got one.
Is there one that Crassius would know? Like, is there any pull he's got at any of these, and/or which one would be best to do so at? In terms of like getting us a head start socially.
Just watched Moth Lizard blink, one eye after
Yeah.
the other.
Oh,
It was incredible. I didn't want to say anything in hopes it happened again.
I don't know how I did that. I am the real Vin Tuxo. Gast. Talk to your union representative.
Journalism.
I have a degree and a crab.
My sentiment. Crab. Bring back the crab. I'm just out here hanging out with my crab.
He always here. He always around. Crassius, you can make me a history check.
History. Gonna use luck, because why not? Every roll's been worse. Okay,
Oh, no.
history's from intelligence, so that's a 13.
There's probably some places in Eldenroot. You've known some merchants guilds and some, like, as well as there was previously an Imperial outpost there for a while. They were on a diplomatic mission. You could probably try and see if you can pull a few strings still.
Look, we can try with a couple places that we might know, but any head start's a good start.
Works for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Eldenroot is then.
I will prepare to send you there. But if I might talk for a moment in private with Sweet Tooth and Zira.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. We'll just go wait in the halls then, like a bunch of looky-loos.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. And Hyacinth just like scurries out and then just kind of like vanishes. She just hides somewhere.
Wren takes another book. She's going for a second tome.
The fucking
I'm not
alarm
gonna-
goes off.
I'm not gonna make you roll sleight of hand because, like,
Oh no, she's not trying to slide
yeah.
ahead. She just physically, like, in front of them is like, nah, mine.
This is mine now.
I did not wish to bring it up in front of your companions as of yet, but I understand that the information with regards to Rimmon might.
What?
I don't think that it is going to be the most pressing priority. Besides, if you are here, then you are not there.
But perhaps I should be there.
Do you believe yourself ready for that?
No.
Once you are ready for it, then they will not know what hit them.
To be ready first. We will prepare.
Yes. We will prepare.
And I trust that you shall do your best to protect her still, Sweet Tooth.
Yes. Sweetest stands up straighter and like sort of soldierish and nods. Well, with my life.
You don't need to do that much.
Here, as this might come in useful for you with any of the books you wish to borrow as well. She is going to reach down beneath her desk and pulls out a little book bag, which has a sort of monstrous face on the front.
A monstrous face.
Above table, this is a book bag of holding.
Oh.
You can store as many books in here as you like.
A book of holding.
Take the
A
library.
book bag of. It's my library bag.
My
It's a library bag of holding.
I love it.
Because if it's one thing you do in Elder Scrolls, it's go through
Pick up all the fucking books.
The Brian David Gilbert, just array of
Yes.
stories.
I love it.
And this is where I will put every single volume of the Lusty Argonian Maid. If I cared about trashy literature.
Which
Well,
I don't.
Good thing you don't need to bring it anywhere, because my bag's already full of them.
So many.
I'm willing to eat the books.
I only got 3 things in my bag, and it's 3 books that I wrote.
You're gonna wake up one.
That's all I brought.
You're gonna wake up one morning and Viv is gonna be eating them.
You don't
And Ren will
know
be
they're
setting
there.
fire to the other ones.
You don't know they're there.
Just you wait.
That's metagaming.
The second you go to sleep, it's all. The second you go to sleep, Wren's pilfering through your stuff. All of you.
No,
one is
my centipedes!
With
I'm
that,
feeding the centipedes to the crab. It's all going down.
Sorry.
my god. With that, she stands up and all right. Shall we go to see your companions?
Can I
At the door listening.
borrow this? Can we take these books, or would you like? Are we allowed
We
to
can
take these books into the bag?
They are yours.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'll put those in the parchment. Yeah. Oh, which? Yeah, I think it was the ones that we picked up that they're all referencing. So.
Yes, I will get you the full list, and
Yep.
I think we'll make sure that's. Is anyone making anyone who has tried you? Just it sounds muffled, almost like you're trying to hear a conversation underwater.
Yeah, we have just been out the door the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
I think all three of us.
We would love to
It's
try.
Hyacinth still in Hyacinth.
Hyacinth's having like an out of body experience, like 4 meters away behind a pillar, just like freaking out and
Someone
trying to
like
keep it
rocking
in.
back and forth, and then 3 idiots at the door, pressed ears up against.
I'll get my tablet out.
The door opens outwards.
How you going?
How did it go?
Cool and normal?
Lanway walks, almost drifts over. She's very elegant, and
Oh gosh, darn.
she's got the shoulders back, the prim and proper stride, but she walks over quickly to that central pool where you teleported from the ground floor to the first floor.
I could
Which is all new to you, Wren.
What the fuck's she doing? Oi, hey, just real quick. The whole prophecies and scrying and seeing people stuff. Would you mind just keeping an eye on these two for me? And I just pass a bit of paper from inside my.
Oh, you're passing the paper, not the
the doilies and tea cupboard.
yeah.
No, those are for victims.
Okay, understand.
That is left at crime scenes.
She will...
just with the name, 2 names, Marin and Travin, and the picture of 2 Dunmere, 2 gentlemen Dunmere underneath each of their names.
It shall be done.
It's a bunch. Pretty good of you.
Oh, also, and she hands off to who's closest. She'll pass it to Sweet Tooth. It's a small blue stone which has carved a sort of eye-like symbol into it in gold. It should allow us to communicate over distances.
Oh.
You have required a...
An ice
Well,
stone.
exists here too.
Sorry.
Where is the Skyrim version of Steve Jobs?
He
died of Ligma.
Fatal condition.
Just like in real life.
R.I.P.
Crassius will have
so-
walked over to Hyacinth at this point as well.
Okay. If you speak into it, you can send short messages to me, and I shall be able to reply.
We're gonna do so much drunk dialing. Sorry.
So
was
you
both
you
in
now
and
have
out of character.
you now have 1/2 of a sending stone.
Ooh.
Nifty.
Ice stone.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Are we going? I'll get ready.
Put my hand on their shoulder, quite gently. When you're ready, it looks like it.
Cool. I'm so fine. I'm great. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go. It'll be great. Like going right back home. 12 hours after leaving it, but that's fine.
Should be just as good as when you left, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
With that, you see the same fissure of light seems to emanate as Runway puts her staff down and that crack forms in the air before she takes her two hands and seems to pry it open, tearing a rip in the air, and a portal is before you.
Not a sphincter, you would say, Laura.
No!
Damn it!
Crack leads to sphincter.
That's what we've been saying!
We
what
walk
the
through the
fuck is that?
sphincter.
Yeah, let's cross the sphincter threshold.
Sphincter in time.
Well, my favorite Legend of Zelda game.
Is
As you all...
is this going to stay up immediately, or is this a? Are you holding this open?
I'm holding this open.
Give me a minute, everyone.
Could you teach me how to do this?
I could, perhaps.
Breaky.
I'm just gonna bat it with my paw and go through.
What's Crassius doing?
Can you give me a minute, everyone?
You doing odd shit.
No.
Sweet Tooth goes through with
For once.
Zira.
Yeah. Yes. Odd shit. Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, alright.
I'll get
Ren's
more
gonna
stuff
walk
for
backwards
us.
through the portal. Ren walks backwards through the portal, keeping eyes on Crassius.
Vim is following with the crab in tow. Like, okay, trying to make sense of everything.
It's like, gust!
Gust!
Hyacinth kind of hesitates, but she nods and walks through the portal.
Yes.
Is Valenwood gonna have the same fate?
As...
Yes.
Not if you can help it.
Is Morrowind irreversible?
I am not sure. But that was not done by the Thalmor. That happened as part of the hubris of your gods.
Well, I don't much care for gods, so let's see what we can do with this one. Don't let the others know.
I understand.
Okay. And I'll walk through.
And as Party walks through to Elden Root and to new adventures, we're going to end the session there tonight. Also, you level up to level 4.
Whoa!
Woo! Whoa! By talking?
Yeah.
Let's see how many episodes I can go without casting a spell.
Oh my goodness. This whole episode, I was like, so do you do anything? Like, what's your... Do you, like,
So what is it that you do?
why are
I'm an
you
author.
here?
I'm an
You
author.
even
What's
go
your-
here?
Do you
Can't
do
just ask people what they
successfully?
do.
Yeah.
Quickly,
What do you do?
What do you do? Like,
Bianca
what's your
Del
thing?
Rio
Why do you
joke.
go here?
Should you
Shame
be
brain.
here?
That's why his ego's so big. It's so full of secrets.
Gotta put him somewhere. Because it's not in his
In-
finger.
You know where we're gonna
Not
put him?
yet.
In his place.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fair. He deserves it.
Well, I have been Scarletmoth. I have been your dungeon master for this evening. I am an artist, cosplayer, doer of many things, and very shortly, video essayist. Because the first thing I've ever worked on is coming out in like 2-ish weeks, I think. It will be before PAX Oz. So,
Oh.
I'll give you more information when I know what date it's coming out on.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
So you can find me on the internet at Scarletmoth, everywhere except for Twitter, where you can find me as that Scarletmoth, because the username was taken. It's me, I'm that one. And yes, you can also find me in a panel at PAX Oz with other lovely people on this panel. The show, in these panels, what are words? Anyway, I have DM'd for you this evening, and now I think that I shall pass it over to Zoe.
Me, hi, hello. You can find me most places, but mostly on Instagram as _Zoe_Elizabeth _. I'm a cosplayer and an actor and a writer, but I also work in retail. You can mostly find me going to a lot of conventions and posting online. I will be at PAX Oz. I'm not on any panels, however, you will be seeing me competing in the Crown Championship Cup of Cosplay on the Sunday, which feels insane to me. I'm going to be up there with Hench and like a bunch of other really incredible cosplayers being judged. Yes, I know, right? I'm going to be Vi from Arcane. Rock up on Sunday to see if my harebrained scheme to make one of my gloves articulated materializes in the next 24 days.
Yes.
I believe in you.
Let's go. That's where you can find me. Yay!
Next up, we have Shawnee.
Hey, I'm Shauntelle. You can find me at Shauntelle B on Twitter. You can find me at Shaunsation on Instagram. I mostly hang out on Twitter to just chat, and I'm around. I am an actor, psychologist, writer, dramaturg, a load of things that should be to do with words, and sometimes I'm good at them and sometimes I'm not, but come see what I do when I do that.
Words such as sphincter.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Looper Wolf. Hello.
Hello, yes, you can find me as LooperWolf152. I mainly hang around on Twitter and Twitch and a little bit of Insta. Also, I'm, a founder of Blackout GG, which is a collective of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander gamers and content creators.
Very cool people.
Yeah, so you can check us out at, we're on Twitter and Twitch occasionally, Blackout GG as well.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there's Blackout BLAKOUT GG.
Nice. Next we have Heather.
Hello.
I can't sing, I'm sorry.
You can find me at Big Shot. It's spelled BIGGE .SHOTTE on Instagram, or the same thing but with an underscore on Twitter. I will not call it X.
The only dead naming we approve of.
Yeah. You'd think he'd understand. Never mind. I am a musician, actor, performance maker, voice actor. You can find me singing the theme to this, or doing various other things. Also on a panel at PAX, my first time ever at PAX, and my first time on a panel. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited. Thank you.
We have G.
Hello, I have been G of D. I've been Wren Valeth. Today you can find me at G of D, more ease than you'd expect. On all socials, I'm a TV presenter, actor, voice actor, internet idiot, sphincter enthusiast, and I've had a lot of fun. I'll also be at PAX. I'm doing 4 panels, all on Friday night, because I have no sense of scheduling, publishing, or sense of well-being. I'll also be around Melbourne for International Games Week, hosting the Australian Game Developer Awards. So if you're around and love talking about amazing gamers and amazing people who make games, be sure to see me there. I'll be around. But thank you so much. I've had so much fun.
Talk with G about Dredge.
Mate, I just bloody love Dredge. You don't understand how good that game is.
I just finished the Iron Ring in like a day.
Oh, I inhaled Dredge when it came out, and I've regretted it every day since, because it means I can't inhale it anymore. Anyway, that's me.
Understandable. Last but certainly not least, Matt. my darling, where can we find you apart from here on this channel?
Well, I'm usually here of some kind. Okay, so we got this stream. We got a stream that we did earlier today. I'm DMing that one over there called What We Do in Barovia. It is a Curds of Strahd.
It's very fun.
Strahd stream. We've also just done our second episode as well, so it's almost like neck and neck with these two ones. But yes, there's an ad break. Oh well, I'm gonna keep talking. So you can find me here. You can find me at NoFunBrown on Twitter or Briefcase Brown pretty much anywhere else. I'm a professional DM by trade and also do the content creation stuff over here. So if you want to follow and see what I do, check it out. I'm mostly here or guesting on other people's stuff. Doing Castleton again in November on Winter's Tale, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, I've also bitten off way more than I can chew and doing about 7 panels at PAX between like 2 or 3 D&D games, mini painting panel. I'm actually hosting probably one of the first ever like educational, genuinely helpful things rather than just me getting up on stage and being a gremlin. And then we are back as well for Spicy Baldur's Gate for the 3rd year of horny panel with Heather and Scarlet, and also Jess, who is also doing their first panel this year as well.
And I'm going to defend Lae'zel with my life.
Oh yeah.
Believe it. I will be doing it.
Humbo. That is all.
And I will be telling you about my Shadowzel agenda, and I'm very normal.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. That's what I'm doing. Hire me for your games if you want to play some D&D. I'm available.
Thank you, everyone, very much for joining us, and for Morris. Yes, you're so shocked about Lae'zel.
Got him.
These istics simply do not understand. No,
we don't, right, Astarion?
Mum, Lae'zel called me autistic. Anyway, that has been our session 3. So if you join us next week for session 4, where the gang is going to be going into Eldenroot and actually starting their adventure proper. So, and they'll be leveling up. Yes,
yes.
Yeah.
Level up.
So
level up.
You've got that to look forward to. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Illusion Forge, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Same time, but probably earlier when we start actually on time.
Yeah. All right, we're going to cut to the intro one more time, and then we'll be heading out of here with a raid. We're probably going to go see... Actually, give me some suggestions, because I can't see my window. Is
Lockie's on.
Yes.
Lockie's streaming.
Well, bloody no, we're going to bloody go see Lockie then, aren't we?
Outer Wilds.
Outer Wilds, great
brilliant.
game.
Hashtag spoilers.
Brilliant.
All right, let's go there.
If you haven't played it, leave.
Yeah, big spoils. All right. See you later, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
There's a memory. Where did you come from? Have I seen your face before? There's a part of me lurking forgotten in shadows right past the door.